What is going on, guys? It's Justin from the J Media back with another video. So for the title of this video, you guys already know we'll be talking about that car back there. If you guys didn't know, this is my 2015 Mitsubishi Lancer GT that I turbocharged almost 2 years ago. So let's take it back 2 years, talk about the car, talk about the progress, how it's doing right now and all that. So I've had this car since brand new. I am the only owner. So pretty much every single mod that you see on the car has been done either by myself or with the help of shops or friends over the years. But today we're here to talk about the turbo setup. I know you guys don't see this car too much on the channel anymore. Firstly, because this car, I don't have it parked where I live, so it's pretty far away. I store it in a different garage. Secondly, the car doesn't really have much new modifications added to it lately. My S2000 build has been getting a lot of love, a lot of videos, just because that's a new build. It's stock when I got it, so I'm constantly adding modifications to it. But yeah, this car, like I said, it started its life NA, so naturally aspirated, non-turbocharged, and the car stock in the 2015 GT came with the 2.4 liter 4B12 engine. Right now, like I said, it is turbocharged, and basically, if you guys want a whole rundown on what mods are done to it, how much I spent on the turbo build, all that stuff, I pretty much have all my turbo related videos on a separate playlist on my new YouTube channel called Mitsubishi Lancer Turbo Build. I believe I have over 50 videos, so make sure to check that out if you want a more detailed process on the whole turbo build. But yeah, as you can see, engine bay is far from stock, has a lot of pretty bits. So the gist of it, it is turbocharged with the Rallinspired TD04 turbo. Most guys, when they turbo the Lancer, you can either turbo it with the TD04 from the Rallinspired, or you can turbo it with the TD05 Evo 10 turbo. So both setups they both work on the Lancer, just a little bit different. With the Evo 10 TD05, you have to mate it to the turbo manifold for the Evos. Usually you can get a little more horsepower out of that, but your boost heats a little later versus the Rallinspired TD04 boost, comes in a little quicker at a lower RPM. So my main goal for this car, you guys know, this is my show car. So I bring it to a lot of car shows around Texas. Big power as of right now is not a huge goal. So yeah, like I said, this car has a lot of aftermarket turbo bits. Like obviously all this is aftermarket. But if you want to do a turbo build on a Mitsubishi Lancer on a budget, look to spend about $2,000 to $3,000 US. That includes getting used parts like the used Rallinspired turbo kit or used Evo 10 turbo kit. A lot of people ask me, where can you buy stuff like that? Do you have a link? I bought mine off a Facebook group. So it always helps to ask, join Lancer Facebook groups or Mitsubishi Evo 10 Facebook groups or forums, and asking people hey, are you parting out the build? Do you have any, for example, you can ask, do you have a Rallinspired OEM turbo kit that's for sale? So that's how I got mine. Just the parts alone, if you go OEM stuff, either the Rallinspired or turbo route, you're spending about maybe $1,000, anywhere from $500 to $1,000, depending on the condition, how many miles the turbo has on it, and all that stuff. And then you would locate some money for your oil lines, your turbo, all that coolant lines, your tune. You're probably going to spend a couple $100 on your tune. And if you want to change out more stuff like your fuel pump or your fuel rail, intake manifold, throttle body, all that's optional. But like I said, yeah, all that you can watch my Lancer turbo videos. I dive deeper into that. My car pretty much has the bolt-on stuff, but I replace additional stuff. It has Evo 10 cams, throttle body, intake manifold, aftermarket fuel rail, all that good stuff. So I spent way over that $2,000 to $3,000 we talked about. If you had to ask, I spent about $10,000 on the turbo build. Not that I make a bunch of power, but I had a lot of like JDM rare bits like the ARC, upper intercooler piping. That's really rare and expensive and discontinued. So that set me back a couple $1,000s on just this piece. But you don't have to. Like I said, you can use the OEM stuff. It doesn't look as pretty, but it works. And if you guys are wondering power-wise how much I'm making, it really depends on how much boost you run. So it depends on the transmission you have. If you have like the manual transmission, you could run a little more boost. Usually they recommend like 7 to 10 pounds of boost. If you have the CVT transmission, then it's recommended to run lower boost, like 5 to 7 pounds of boost. You don't want to blow up your engine. You definitely don't want to overheat your transmission, and that's what the CVT transmission is kind of notorious for, overheating. So if you do have a CVT transmission and you're looking to turbo your Lancer, recommend to get like an additional oil cooler, transmission oil cooler, and a fan so that it runs nice and cool. But yeah, like I said, I had the car turbocharged for about 2 years now. I started the project back in, actually let me backtrack. I started collecting parts for my turbo build back in, I think November 2019. And then yeah, over the years, I didn't actually bring it to the shop in April 2020. So almost half a year of just collecting parts because I wanted some off-the-market stuff, and just, yeah, over time slowly saving up, you know, buying parts for it. So yeah, again, back to the power question. Depends on how much boost you're running. Usually when it's summertime, I turn it down a little bit. But, you know, when it's cooler during fall, I have it turn up. So right around the 300 mark. Like I said, I could always push for more. I could build my block, forge internals and all that. But as of right now, that's not my goal. I've taken this car on road trips. Yes, I don't drive the car much, but when I do go to car shows, I've taken it to like Houston, which is about a 3-hour drive from where I live for a car show. So no issues, doesn't overheat. It's also all in your installation. To add on to the cost that I talked about, if you were to bring it to a shop to get it installed, you have to pay for labor cost. But if you do it yourself, you know, obviously you save on some labor. The turbo sits back there. Who knows, maybe in the future I'll upgrade to a bigger turbo and all that. But as of right now, I'm pretty happy. I don't drive the car too much, but when I do drive it, I push the car pretty hard. I've taken it on cruises. Like I said, I've taken it on road trips out of the city. Yeah, so really nice car, really fun. I don't regret spending money getting it turbocharged. And if I have any advice for any of you Lancer owners looking to turbocharge your car, I would say, firstly, take your time. Building a car is not a race. Like I said, it might not look like much. It look like I turbocharged the car pretty quick, but honestly, I save up for parts for about half a year before I bought all my turbo stuff. And then even when I brought my car to the shop, so I did get it done in the shop, I found out throughout the process I had to buy small little stuff here and there. So the whole process got pushed back a little bit. This was a side project for the car at Long's Automotive, but so it took a little while. I mean, a lot of guys say you could just knock out the install in a weekend, but you know, the shop took their time. We probably spent a few months working on the whole turbo build, and then I left it at the shop after that just to make sure there's no leaks, no oil leaks, no coolant leaks, no boost leaks. We dial it in, and then also I did my e-tune through Rick, the owner of Rallinspired, so that also took a while, took a few months. So a lot of back and forth, but like I said, the car runs good, runs solid. I haven't had any issues, haven't had any oil leaks or anything like that, or boost leaks or coolant leaks in the past 2 years. And that really goes to show when you install it, whether you do it yourself or you bring it to a shop, you gotta make sure that they do a good job. With a lot of any cars, when you turbo them, a common thing that happens is boost leaks. So what that really means is like you are losing a lot of pressure. There's boost leaks coming out of, you know, the lines and stuff like that. So I'm really glad, you know, the car is running good. So yeah, again, if you guys are contemplating should I turbocharge my Lancer or not, it will be good to first save up for those parts. Like I said, a good, you know, $2,000 to $3,000 US will be a good budget to set aside. You can slowly buy your parts bit by bit. But yeah, get the OEM stuff if you want to go cheap and they work. Like I said, you don't have to replace stuff like the fuel rail or intake manifold, throttle body. You don't have to replace all that. Just extra stuff that I wanted to do. But yeah, again, if you guys have any questions at all, let me know in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer them. At the same time, like I say, if you want to watch the whole process of the turbo build from start to finish, I have them all in the separate playlist on the YouTube channel called Mitsubishi Lancer Turbo Build. Yeah, so I think I'm going to conclude this video. If there is anything you want to ask about this build, or any questions you have at all, or videos you'd like me to make, let me know. Like I said, sadly, I haven't been making much content on this car, and I know a lot of my viewers and subscribers are fans of this build. It's just that, like I said, I don't get to see the car much, I don't get to drive it much, hence I don't get to make much videos of it. But whenever I do come here to the house, I try to make as much content as I can on this car for you guys. All right, so I hope you guys like this video. If you guys stay to the end, make sure to leave a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe and notification bell so you know when new videos are out. Again, I make videos 4 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 9 a.m. Central Time. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.